Now, President William Ruto told Samia Suluhu to stop harassing Kenyans. Now, Tanzania's President Samia Suluhu has answered President Ruto, and she has said that. Now, folks, welcome back to Dr. Politica, and of course, it is me, Peter Ogutu, your analyst. Of course, now we decode power and dissect Kenya. Now, over a week, Kenya and Tanzania have been having a bone hick for each other. Actually, Kenya has been accusing Tanzania's president of harassing, activists from Kenya. In fact, remember, Martha Karua, BONFACE'S, and others went to Tanzania to, of course, represent opposition leader Tundu Lissu, who was, of course, arrested by Samia Suluhu for political reasons. And this move did not, go well with the president of Tanzania. And what happened? She actually deported these activists, and in fact, she detained BONFACE'S for 2 days. Then she left him to go back to Kenya. Now, this, of course, led to chaos in Kenya, and people called out President Ruto to stop the Tanzanian president. But upon people, telling Suluhu to stop harassing Kenyans, the late Tanzania's president said this.
Hakuna mwingine. Na kwa sababu ya uzuri na madhubuti wa taifa letu, mnaona yanayotokea leo. Kwamba nchi watu kutoka kwengine wanataka kuja kuvuruga huku ndani. Sasa hii kazi ya kulinda hilo sio yangu peke yangu, wala sio vyombo vya ulinzi na usalama peke yao, ni sote. Ni sote, kwa sababu wakikosa huko watapita huko kupita mawizara, mashirika yetu, nani watataka kuingia huko kuvuruga.
Of course, from the video you can see arrogance from Samia Suluhu, and of course I think East Africa community should not be, it's not happy with the way the president has responded, because Martha Karua was just a lawyer who was hired by Tundu Lissu, and she was doing her job. I don't see the reason as to why she was supposed to be deported, because East Africa is a family, and there are rules governing these East African countries, like there's freedom of movement. So if Tanzania behaves this way, how does this lady, the president of Tanzania, expect Tanzanians to be treated in Kenya? Because, we even have lawyers from Tanzania who come here and, of course, represent clients in Kenya. But I think Samia Suluhu is afraid of Kenya's political landscape. She does not want Tanzanians to rise up. She wants them to be the way they are. Because, in Kenya, there's freedom of speech, freedom of fair hearing, and whatever. And in Kenya, you can't just harass people. Just remember when the government was abducting Kenyans, what happened? People came out, people protested. And this led to, the government releasing the abductees. And Samia Suluhu is afraid of Kenya's political movement. And she's afraid that if activists goes to Tanzania, Tanzanians could, emulate what happens in Kenya. And of course, you can find it hard to lead the nation. Remember, Samia Suluhu became president of Tanzania because Magufuli died, and she has never faced any elections as a presidential, flag bearer. And this is her first time to vie, to campaign as the president. And I think she's afraid of maybe being defeated by Tundu Lissu, because in Tanzania, Tundu Lissu is the main opposition leader, and he has been surviving several assassination attempts ever since Magufuli was in power. And now she seems to be employing a ruthless leadership in Tanzania. That's why you see she is very sensitive when she hears that someone from Kenya is going to Tanzania to, of course, represent Samia Tundu Lissu, who is our main opponent in the coming elections. So her response has not gone well with Kenyans. And people are like, how will East African communities, live, if at all, our own president talks in such a rude manner, yet she knows very well that East Africa enjoys some rules, of coexistence. Now, tell me, do you think Samia Suluhu, has an issue with Kenyan president? Or do you think She's just afraid of, Tanzanian people becoming aware of how they're supposed to fight for their rights. Because a lot in Tanzania, people are crying, saying that the government, she is, employing a dictatorial, a regime in Tanzania. And she's afraid that if activists like Buhani Mwangi go to Tanzania, Tanzanians will emulate what Kenya's activists do. And Tanzanians, the Gen Z from Tanzania, might rise up and, of course, oust him from power. And she's afraid of all this. That's why she has said that she will not allow stupidity from Kenya to go to Tanzania. Comment, hit me in the comment section.